Good YouTube, it's Elliot here from Neanderthal Fitness coming at you with my next Minimalist Corner video. So apologies that I haven't posted one of these last week. Nothing came to mind as something I particularly wanted to put out there for you guys in this vein. And every time I got back from work it was dark and filming sucks in the dark, right? So boo to the British winter. I'm a summer baby, and I've always loved the summer and the sun, and so hopefully one day I will be well off enough from whatever I decide to do with my life that I manage to live somewhere nice and hot, like Greece. Yeah. I mean, they have their economy problems, don't get me wrong, but Greece, so hot. Anyway, on with the video. This video may be a topic that some people will think, oh, that's a weird topic, but do you know what? I actually think it's kind of a cool topic. I've just noticed that I look really white and washed out on the camera now. Maybe I'm too close to the window, but whatever. It'll probably change. There you go. It's changed. This camera sucks. Anyway, so the video topic is, before I procrastinate any further, so now you're a minimalist, what the hell should you do about it? So that may seem like a weird question, which is why I think, people will be like, oh, what kind of a topic is this? I'm being a minimalist, do whatever I want. And you're right, but let's look at it in a bit more detail than that and see exactly what I mean. Basically, you've made this decision in your life, right? You've made this decision that you want to stop spending money on frivolous things you don't need. You want to stop, being a hoarder and possessing everything and being like, I need the newest phone, I need the newest computer console, I need the newest this, that, and the other. And pouring all of your money and time into collecting things, and then every time you move you have to pay for all these removal vans and everything. So you're past that, right? You're over that. Like, damn, I'm done with the stress, I don't need that anymore, I want to have less. So you start getting rid of stuff, get rid of this, get rid of that, stop buying new stuff, yada yada. You know what minimalism is, right? We've done enough of these videos that you know what it is, but you've got rid of all that stuff. Now you're living in a situation where you can fit most of your possessions, bar furniture like that sofa behind me, into a backpack, and you can just literally get up and go whenever you want. So what do you do with that? One of the great joys of being a minimalist, in the way that I like to think of minimalism, is that you are location independent. So the first thing I would say to do is, if you are either someone who works from home or works for yourself in general, so whether you're a journalist, maybe you get paid to do blog stuff, maybe you're a writer of some other kind in general, maybe you work on the radio, there are endless things, probably millions of things I haven't even, definitely millions of things I've not mentioned there, but things that I can't even think of. But ways that you can work from home, right? Or work, you don't have to go into one set office all the time. So your location doesn't matter for your job, and your location doesn't matter for your lifestyle, because you don't have all this shit that you have to try and fit into somewhere. My advice is, become location independent. That is one of the greatest things that you can do in life, is to say, I want to spend a year in Rome, and then I'm going to spend a couple of months living in, Papua New Guinea, or in Bali, or whatever, and you can just, if you're like me, you're a summer baby, right, and you want to follow the summer around the globe, do that. If you just want to explore and find new places, do that. I mean, I spent a while, it was a couple of months that, it was supposed to be a year, but it only ended up being a couple of months, that myself and my other half moved to Holland at the end of last year. And even though we were only there for a short time, an amount of time that some people may holiday for, it's a very different experience and a very different vibe if you think you're living somewhere. So you don't visit all the touristy places. You meet the people who live there and frequent the coffee shops and the bars. You talk to the people in the supermarkets. You have this whole different thing, because you're not oh, I'm a tourist, so I'm going to stay in the places where everyone speaks English, and I'm going to go to restaurants when I want to eat. No, you're shopping at supermarkets. You're getting down, you're meeting the people, you're finding out where people work, and where's where are the busy places, where are the rough places, the posh places, whatever. you have an entirely different experience, whether it's a week, a month, a year. You will have a totally different experience to being a tourist. And that's great. I think really great, gives you an in-depth view into the place. And hopefully I'll be in a position one day where my work isn't in one place, and I will do that. Absolutely, be location independent. So that'd be one of my first things to say. If you can literally pack up your life and take it with you at any time, do that. Go explore, see all these things. You have a limited time on this earth. You may as well see as much of the place and as many of the places you want to see as you can. So what else can you do now you're a minimalist? Okay, so you're location independent. The second thing is to follow your passions, your dreams, things that you want to do. So although minimalism is not all about the money, that is a fundamental part of it. I always say that if you can stop, like, let's even cut this back further than this, right? So you have different types of people in the world. You have people who want the new flash Mercedes car or Lamborghini or whatever, Aston Martin, and they want like the newest cameras and the newest iPhone and brand new 10 core PC and all this shit, right? They want all this new technology stuff, so they spend the vast majority of their earnings on being up to date on the technologies and on the posh stuff and being like, yeah, I own all this stuff, it's so great. So that's one type of person. But if you look at what's been a paradigm shift over the last couple of years, the last 10 years maybe, is that a lot of young people doing gap years or just going traveling for extended periods of time, for a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever. They travel around the world, right? And in order for people to be able to do that, they need to put the vast majority of their money into the traveling. So they don't have all the new technology. They don't have the flash car and the big house, because all of their money is being funneled into this that they want to do. And then you have other people who want a nice big home and they don't care about all the technological stuff, but they want fancy art done by the best artist and all the nice, celebrity chef kitchen stuff. Like, they want a nice home. They're a family person, perhaps. People choose different things that they want to funnel their money into. One of the great things about becoming a minimalist is saying, okay, I don't want that, I don't need this, I don't need that, right? You don't need the car, you don't need the technology, you don't need the fancy stuff at home. You're happy to go maybe get your furniture from charity shops, or go skip diving or whatever it might be. You're not going to waste your money on shit that doesn't improve your life more than stuff you could either get for less money or for free. So you end up with more money, which I normally advocate as a way to potentially do less hours at work, so you can spend more time with your family and your friends, and cooking and writing and drawing and doing whatever you want to do. But another way to look at it is, rather than maybe just cutting down your hours at work, maybe you work in an office now, but 3, 4, 10 years ago you used to work in a bar or a coffee shop and you really enjoyed that shit. You enjoyed talking to the people and it was great, but you only got minimum wage and you were like, I could never live off this money, so you've gone into a corporate hell. Some people love office jobs, don't get me wrong. I don't overly dislike what I'm doing. It's pretty, I'm not changing the world or saving anyone's life on a daily basis, but I work in an office and it's far from the worst job I've ever had. Some people are fine with that and they enjoy it. But this is just an example. So you go and you do something because it pays more money. Well, now that you've become a minimalist, you've found out you can live on less money, you need less money, maybe now is the time to go back to that coffee shop. Go back to that bar. Do something that you enjoy. Because for most of us, we spend more time at work than we do anywhere else. So we may as well do something we enjoy. And perhaps you've never had a job you enjoy, but you want to start a dog grooming business, or you want to write your first novel, or you want to start trying to sell your paintings. Whatever it is, you can take more time off, reduce your hours, find a part-time job if your job won't let you reduce your hours. And you've got all this extra time to funnel into things you're passionate about, which, hey, we never know, might lead to you becoming quite wealthy, might lead to you being able to do all the things you want to do for the rest of your life. Most people who are wealthy enjoy what they do, so they don't really see it as work. So they go in and they love what they're doing, whether it's building businesses like Alan Sugar, or whether it's a really particular thing like Bill Gates, whatever it might be. People who have all this money have got there because they love what they do. And so maybe focusing less on just finding a job that allows you to pay your bills and live and spending more time doing things you love would be more beneficial to you. So take that time off, pursue your dreams, be location independent, focus on the things that minimalism allows you to do. My whole ideology of minimalism is less stuff, more life. There's no point reducing your material items and the things that give you enjoyment in everyday life, that are material, that are actual objects, physical things, if you're not going to take your newfound resources of time and money and peace of mind to put it to other things that are going to lead you to have a better life, right? We become materialistic because it's the easiest way to try and dull our pain with modern life and become happy. But if we take that away, we need to replace it with something else that makes us happy. Gardening, go into the allotment, I don't know, whatever it might be for you. Like I say, painting, drawing, singing, spending time with your friends, going on skiing holidays, whatever. But once you take away from here, you've got to put something else back. You've got to find something else to fill your life and make it more complete. I think material just numbs, and like non-material, non-physical, mental things make life better, actually like heal the soul. There was an interesting thing done, like research thing done ages ago. I don't know how it was done and if it was fairly scientific or whatever, because I ain't no researcher, but it was an interesting fact that basically people were like quizzed essentially about like material things, and then things like holidays, right? Once in a lifetime holidays, go see the Northern Lights, go see the Grand Canyon, whatever. And so material things, they were like, oh yeah, 10 out of 10 when they bought it, and as time went on, 1 month, 3 months, 2 years, 10 years down the line, the enjoyment they remembered from that thing diminished. However, with like the holidays and the experiences, as time went on, the further they got from it, in their memory, their enjoyment went up. Like these things became more special. So that's something, that I think is really important. If I keep yabbering on, this video is just going to go on forever, and there are so many other things you can do. But my point is that if you remove one thing from your life that is the material things, the stress, the things that we don't need, the clutter, then we should put something back in that improves our life. I hope you enjoyed the video. Comment, subscribe, like. Please do all of those things, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, friends.